Yes, he's a very good man. He blesses. He's a good man himself.
Who were those who were quarreling there?
These two fighters, sir.
How are you, sir? Very fine. I want you to teach me about bless you. And you too. Thank you. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. We need to double the other one.
Who carried my chair? You are carrying my chair.
Breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu has arrived court. And the Igbos are saying that this man is being used to play politics of interest. For the Bola Tinubu don't want to release him. That even if you release him, it will be during the election so that the Igbos will vote for him. But the Fulanis are putting the Bola Tinubu under pressure. That if you release this person, don't expect it to vote. So it is now a kind of a politics. But he himself, Nnamdi Kanu, has just arrived the court. What do you have to say about this statement? Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu will be released by this government?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remember humble self, the Biafran evangelist Benjamin Johnson is a snatching. I remember one and the only faithful that will continue to speak the truth. Nnamdi Kanu appearing in the court, it is no longer a news and it has become political. It is something that the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is using now to play politics. It has become a game. It has become a politics. I'm not expecting anything as a fair from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or a kind of being freed. I'm not expecting it from Nigeria. Why did I sound like this? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appearing in the court. What did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ever commit that have not been committed by anybody in this country? Igbo submitted a letter and Igbo stood up and instigated boys and people, the mind of the people for Odua, and he even went to London to submit his own letter of Odua Republic. And Igbo is working freely. The Director General of the DSS said to Nigerians that they should stand up, rise up, and defend themselves. T.Y. Danjuma said the same statement. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that statement, and they said that he uses it, that statement instigated people to kill Nigerian police and Nigerian military and kill Nigerians. That is what they said. According to the previous court released as a witness, the video they watched, that they showed. Now, what is the difference between what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said in that video that they are using to nail him, to crucify him? What is the difference between that and what the DG have said, and what Theophilus Benjamin has said, and what every other person have been saying? Is there anything so special or so different from that? No. All are the same direction, pointing against the Fulani activities in the country. But because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man, that is why they now channel every of their energy and everything against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Appearing in the court, Tinubu is using it as a politics because the Fulanis that put him in power are now demanding more than what he can afford. Are you hearing me? They believe that, that the demand of the Fulanis is what he cannot afford. On that, he decided to do what? To switch over back to the south, the Igbos, in order to gain the heart of the Igbos and to gain the political vote come 2027 because of his own personal interest. And he's using Nnamdi Kanu to play the game, to play the politics. You know, the Northern never wanted him to be free. He defeated Muhammadu Buhari. I mean, Nnamdi Kanu. He defeated Muhammadu Buhari, the person that kidnapped him from Kenya. He defeated him in the Nigerian court of law. And out of shame, and he decided to use the DSS to keep him, not to free him. Now, another government has emerged in person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which everybody is expecting him to free this man because he's an innocent man. A man you say is an hyper terrorist, but you have not for one day, even the DSS, the people that came to the court to testify, they asked them, did you see anything regarding to the terrorism charge? They said no. The only thing that I saw him with was a woman, and I asked, is a woman a sin? Is he not a man? Do you expect him to see, do you expect him to come with a man like him when he's not a homo? He should expect a woman on his side. He's a man, very vibrant, and his thing is still working.
But we saw, for example, governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, he was with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Anambra State, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu went there to inaugurate some project. But the question is that people are asking that question: did Soludo tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu about Nnamdi Kanu, or do you think that he pleaded with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu?
My brother, let us stand on the truth. Because the visiting of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Anambra was not actually being cleared on air. What they discuss, nobody knows. What Soludo say or what Bola Ahmed Tinubu said to Soludo, you and I, it was not discussed on air. It was a private, and it remains private because no media has ever carried the outcome of that visit. The only thing we saw or we heard was that he went and commissioned something, and it ends there. But in the regard of what we are discussing, Nnamdi Kanu in the court, based on the allegation Nigeria leveled against him. And you know, I'm seeing a kind of something pumping up now. The Nigeria federal government is about coming up with a law that will go against anybody instigating of a division in the land. You know, they are trying to bring up that law. But the law they are trying to bring up now can never, you know, supersede on that of which Nnamdi Kanu have already placed on the ground, because it is new. And what Nnamdi Kanu case, what Nnamdi Kanu said, or what he has embarked on, was based on the previous law that is on the ground before this new one that they are trying to come up with, to bring up. Are you getting it? So if they like, let them bring up whatsoever they want to bring up. He has no business with what is already on the ground. Him appearing in the court, James Omotosho, so far so good. I am not singing his praises because he has not done anything much. But we are looking at it. Can Nnamdi Kanu get justice under Omotosho, or are they still going to keep him just like Buhari did? Will Tinubu as well play the same game in keeping Nnamdi Kanu even after found nothing under the watch of James Omotosho? Will Bola Ahmed Tinubu keep Nnamdi Kanu under the DSS? That is the question now, because after the sitting today, after the appearing today, they are still going to appear come 21 and 22 of this very month. So until then, you know, initially I told you people that when they put 6, 8, 7, and 8, I said that this matter is not going to be finalized on that day. That they are still going to postpone it, extend it, which at the end of the day, it has happened that I've extended it. It come on the 21st and 22nd, in the last day that they fix it. Let's see what will happen after this very one. But I want to assure you, I don't see Nnamdi Kanu gaining justice from Nigeria.
Okay.
It was as a result of the money by which Joe Biden gave to Hamas that made Hamas to trigger to fight October 7 against the Israel. Now tell me, my brother, I've been saying this thing, that Nigerian politicians should be held seriously accountable for the killings, of what has been going on in Nigeria and have been going on in the whole Southeast. Because these people you are seeing, how are they seeing this money to buy gun and bullets? Who are the people sponsoring it? With what has happened now, it shows to me that whole of them, likewise other politicians, are the ones sponsoring them. They are the ones doing what? Sponsoring these people, giving them the money to buy AK-49 and to buy bullets and use it to come back to Imo State and buy people anyhow. And vandalize and set people's home ablaze. Are you hearing me? What was them? How did they make this money? You pull it from the state purse. Is it from your pocket? You pull it from the state purse and you use it to sponsor terrorism. And you see tag and ask me as Nnamdi Kanu, you charge him as a terrorist. And the same Nigerian government will come and call someone else a terrorist. But Hope Uzodinma is pulling 2.1 billion to give to Boko Haram.
No, they are not Boko Haram. They call them Muslim Boko Haram. I'm a Muslim, you understand?
They give them to all of them. They are all the same. There is no difference between the Fulani, Boko. They are all Fulanis now. Is it not the Fulanis?
They are not. They are Igbo Muslims. They are Yoruba Muslims too. They are other Muslims.
My brother, who did they give it to? Did they give it to Igbo Muslim? That is the question. Did they give it to Igbo Muslim? Do we actually have Igbo Muslim? No, I want to know. Or are you telling me that those elements being purchased with the money to answer Ismaila or Islailu? These people that they have been paid money.
But don't forget that the chief imam of the Abuja Mosque is an Igbo man.
That is what I'm saying. They paid Islailu and those that are running illegal business for their illegality to be allowed to continue. These are the people that accept Islam so that they can continue carrying out their illegal activities in this country. Because if your way is pure and you are not, Islam, you will be checkmated. And for you not to be checkmated, what do you have to do? You join them. There is a saying that if you cannot beat them, you do what? You join them. That is what Elias has done. A man, Ikechukwu, from Enugu State, who happened to be the chief imam. Is it today that we are having an imam in Nigeria? Why is it that it's only in Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime this time that we are beginning to have Elias as the chief imam? We are beginning to have the chief imam as Elias in Abuja. Now, and I ask a question again. This Elias, can Elias speak to Fulanis and Fulanis will obey him?
Now,
the Fulanis take instruction from Elias.
Now, let's go to this angle, Pastor. Have you seen a northern governor? I'm talking about a northern governor who, for example, from Katsina or Kano State, who is giving Christians money to go to Jerusalem. Have you seen it before?
I am yet to hear, not to talk of sin. I am yet to do what? To hear, not talk more of sin. That is to tell you how immensely these people have sold their brother up, and they have sold their life, they have sold their spirit and body to the Fulanis. Are you hearing me? They have sold their dignity and they have sold their pride. They have sold even the freedom of their unborn generation because of a pot of meat, counted meat inside the plates that they will eat and finish without remaining, and they will leave the plates empty, and their generation will come and suffer for it. They have never, because in Imo State we have many of the Imo indigenes that are, do you know how much Imo State produce as a graduate every year? I'm asking. Do you know how many people Imo State produces in a year? Go and check them. How many of them, as opposed to them, make provisions of job so that after school they will get a job? But they have this kind of money to spend to give the Fulanis, the Muslim, for going to make a job, whatsoever they call it. Why can't you use that money and build a firm or a company whereby all these our children, as soon as they graduate from school, they come out from school, they will do what? They will be given job opportunity. Do you know if you should invest it in business in the life of these people? Do you know that this thing will have a long way to play in their life?
We saw your state governor, governor, also gave the Muslims 500 million to go to Mecca. What is the problem? What is wrong?
That is what I am saying. All of them are pointing and channeling the money, Mecca, Mecca, Mecca. And what is that? That is about this Mecca of a thing. Because I don't really understand what is about, what is happening in that Mecca, what is going on in that Mecca. That all of them are taking the money that they're supposed to spend for the development of their state, where they are ruling, where they come from, of which they have indigenous, they have people that come from there that are not poor but wretched, which they're supposed to share that money to them in the next 3, 6, 1 year. You will see those wretched, those poor people will become useful, become useful to themselves and to their family and to the society. Relocate to another state, because another state, all the Fulanis are there waiting for him. And what did he do? The same go on have to japa for his safety. They say he have rights, to go anywhere. At what age? At what age that you have rights to go to another place? And Obasanjo is in Ota. So now Obasanjo no get right to go to any other place. Jonathan is in Nigeria. Babangida is in Mina. They are all in Nigeria. Baba waiting they pursue now.
Muhammadu Buhari,
the one that fight the Igbos in 1970 in mass. Muhammadu Buhari, who sent Operation Python Dams. Muhammadu Buhari, the same person who kidnapped Nas and Nnamdi Kanu. Now, waiting pursue you come up for Katsina. The same thing will pursue you come up for Katsina, pursue you go to Kaduna. The same thing will pursue you from Katsina to Kaduna, don't pursue you from Kaduna to London. What do you go find there? Me una tell us the cocoa, una never see anything. Una generation go pay. Una generation. Whatsoever a man sow, he must repeat. Go on, you go reap, and this one way you are saying that you regretted of fighting the war, of fighting the Igbos. You say if you no fight, that one is just a preamble. You go there alive like this. More koboko. The God Almighty, the God of the Biafran, the God of Igbos, will flog you and flog your generation. You, the Katsina man, Buhari, una koboko they come. Na generational koboko.
Biafran evangelist, let's look at what happened in Anambra State. The day that Nnamdi Kanu was in court, President Tinubu was in Anambra State, and he was even given a chief justice title. But people are saying that this chief justice title is an insult on the Igbos. The day that Nnamdi Kanu is in court, and it's an insult on Biafrans. You agree that Soludo shouldn't have invited Tinubu in the first place?
Let me tell you. Yes, it is a very huge and a big insult to the personalities of the Igbos. But the problem is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But the problem is the so-called Fulani imposed Igbo leaders. They are the problem of the Igbos. I could remember, was in last year, they said they want to release Nnamdi Kanu. Who opposed them also them stated, and he went to Bola Ahmed and said, do not free him until election be conducted and finished. In Imo State, I will not forget it, November 11. And everybody was believing it that after the election in Imo State, the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be free. After Hope Uzodimma succeeded, what did he do? He engineered and championed the cabinet of non-releasing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo has done his own by bringing an insult, bringing an impunity in Igbo, on Igbo face. But I'm happy that, do you know what he did? That action, he want to use it to provoke the Igbos for them, if they can react. They will say, Sebi we talk them. They are terrorists. But God gave us the people the wisdom to come down and watch him, to fool himself to the fullness, and which he did, has fooled himself. I don't passion any blame on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but I passion blame to Soludo, the one that the IPOB stood for, and make sure out of 21 local governments that make up Anambra State, do you know that Soludo conquer 19 to 20 of it?
But somebody asking again, now we see former Igbo governors, people like Peter Obi, they are working free in Igbo land. There are many others that can work free. That if, for example, Uzodimma say no hands, do you see him still working free on the streets of Imo State? Do you think that the Igbos are forgiving Uzodimma? Or do you think that the Igbos will accept him back as their own son?
My brother, the evil that men did live with them. With what Hope has already committed, we continue to hunt after him. The Bible said in the book of Psalm 34, it said, no wicked will go unpunished, and no peace for the wicked. Are you hearing me? No peace for the wicked. Whether the people hunt after Hope or not, the evil Hope has committed will continue to hunt after Hope. So Hope can never walk freely, because he will not have peace. And saying whether forgiveness or no forgiveness, we are not forgiving him. And we can never forgive him, because he has committed a lot of the life of the people. He